the Civic Auditorium. Elvis played 3 times here in 1955. First time in January. So the January appearance here was Elvis's first appearance in the Delta. So Elvis played the Hayride on 15th of January 1955, and Colonel Tom Parker and Tom Diskin were there to see him perform that night. And they met with Bob Neal afterwards to discuss booking some dates for Elvis. Meanwhile, 2 days later, on Monday the 17th of January, Elvis was starting another Bob Neal arranged tour here in Boonville at the Boonville College. He performed here with Jim Ed and Maxine Brown on the bill. This was the start of a tour that was to take in Corinth, a few miles up the road here, on the Tuesday, Sheffield, Alabama on the Wednesday, and before going into Arkansas and Missouri, and then on the following Saturday back at the Hayride. So this is the Pounds Auditorium in Boonville College where Elvis performed on that Monday the 17th of January 1955. To the side of the auditorium Elvis performed. Of course, this was 1955, start of a long year of touring for Elvis. So the day after playing Boonville, Elvis was here at the Alcorn County Courthouse in Corinth. We played the auditorium. Up on the second floor there's an auditorium. They played the concert here 18th of January before moving on the next night back east to Sheffield, Alabama. And then from there he crisscrossed back west again then to play Arkansas and Missouri, Sikeston, Missouri. I can't remember the Arkansas place off the top of my head. As I said with Boonville, it was a Bob Neal arranged tour because again this was an area WMPS was highly popular. Very brief stop here in Sheffield, Alabama. Just that building across the way there was once the Sheffield Community Hall, and Elvis played here on the Wednesday 19th of January. The night before he spent the night in Corinth at the DJ Buddy Baines' house. He headed to Florence where he appeared on the radio show in the afternoon, the WJOI radio. He recorded a version of Shake, Rattle and Roll at that studio that has since been released. And that evening he appeared here at the Sheffield Community Centre with the Browns also on the bill. So quick stop here, this is Messick High School. Elvis performed 2 shows here late January or early February 1955 in support of Bob Neal's son to be elected to school council. This is Jesuit High School, and this is where Elvis played on February 4th 1955. The local promoter Yankee Bahanovich had set it up, and his daughter Anne Ray was also performing that day. This is apparently where only around 70 odd people turned up for the concert. That was Friday 4th of February 1955. The next night, Saturday 5th of February, Elvis played one of his regular dates at the Louisiana Hayride. This was the site of the Ellis Auditorium. The next momentous occasion here at the Ellis Auditorium was on the 6th of February 1955. two shows that night, and he was lower down on the bill with more established artists at the time: Ferlin Husky, Farron Young, Martha Carson, and the Welburn Brothers. But still, this would have been another big step up in Elvis's career. So in between the 3 PM and the 8 PM show, a meeting was held across the street from Ellis, not on Main Street, as a lot of people have stated in books and what have you, but Palumbo's actually was here on Poplar rather than Main Street. I think the confusion is that the main quote is that they met across the street from Ellis, and the misconception there is that it was Main Street running north to south there. But Palumbo's actually was on Poplar. So the entrance to Ellis would have been down on the corner there, and Palumbo's would have been across the road here on Poplar. Right on the corner of Poplar and Main was a furniture shop, and just this side west of that furniture shop stood Palumbo's restaurant. So just show another angle which shows the furniture shop on the corner of Main and Poplar, so you can see that it actually was here Poplar. So here's that other view of Ellis Auditorium. This is looking south on Main. This is the northeast entrance was up in this near corner, and down in the far corner where Poplar comes in there, you can see the furniture shop, and right next door would have been Palumbo's restaurant.